What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Tali's face reveal in Mass Effect 3, but Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. I just want to have a discussion of whether it's better or worse than the original picture. Obviously, it's been known for quite some time, but we are going to kind of recap it in case anybody missed out on it, and we're going to start right away. So basically, right, the only way you end up seeing Tali's face in the original back in 2012 when Mass Effect 3 came out was to romance her. And if you get far enough in the romance, she ends up telling you that she left a gift for you in your cabin, obviously, and go check it out, right? And you go check it out. And, you know, the story behind it is quite something. I think it's pretty much confirmed to be true that it was kind of a last-second throw-in, that it very much is kind of almost a lazy Photoshop of just a cosplayer for Tali. And, you know, whether or not you like the picture, you think that it does a good job, or you think it does a good job in the context of the game, to a lot of people back in the day, it wasn't good enough. And we'll talk about that. You know, I'll talk about my opinion as we go through this video, but did they rectify, basically, is kind of another question we'll ask, okay? So now, in this game, Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition, or as part of the Legendary Edition, you do the same thing. You romance her, you get far enough in, and she tells you she left the gift, and you go and look at it, and it is redesigned. It is a lot more what we've seen, what Quarians, I guess, are supposed to look like underneath their mask, right? You see, like, the glowing white eyes, and it's just overall more alien. Now, it also is only her face. Her suit is still on. It's literally if you just take the mask off of her, which really she does multiple times, you know, throughout Mass Effect 2, and then more often, way more often, in Mass Effect 3, okay? So that's, you know, that's the gist of it. You guys see the visuals and all that stuff. So in terms of is it better or worse, I think in a lot of ways it's better. I also just think, and you know, complaining about it now, saying like we want more, which is kind of almost what I was going to do. You could say is stupid or selfish, or you could throw around whatever, you know, aggressive words you want to, I'm just kidding, by the way. You can throw around whatever words that you want, because again, it is a 9-year-old game. Is Tali coming back and forth? Well, we actually did talk about that in a past video, and I'll link it at the end of this video. There's the complications. I understand the time periods and all that stuff, but you could say, you know, asking for more now doesn't really do anything. I like it. I think, you know, one of the debates, and they've talked about this too behind the scenes in terms of interviews and all sorts of different, you know, documentaries back in the day, was that, you know, obviously there was a lot of pressure on them to show Tali's face. And were they going to do, I mean, the first option was, do they do it or not do it? And then once you decide to do it, how do you insert that in? How much do you show? And you got to be careful, right? Because people, especially for a character who's masked and you can't see anything, you know, about their physical appearance underneath their suit, like Tali, you know, it does, you know, bring about some problems in that, you know, a lot of people have preconceived notions about it. Everybody has kind of their own expectation. I think, honestly, what makes Tali such an amazing character is the fact that it's just her. It's just her personality. It doesn't really matter at all what she looks like. I mean, maybe you expect her to look a certain way or another way, right? But overall, you know, you kind of see a slight outline of her face through her mask, but besides that, that's it. You know what I mean? You just get her personality, her enthusiasm, her sarcasm, which all those things are really great. So, you know, again, I guess dancing around the issue, I do like very much the new picture. I think I like the face in particular. I mean, she looks pretty, right? She looks alien in a way. She's definitely not obviously a human, but that's a tough thing, right? Because when they did the thing that they did with Mass Effect 3, it was like, well, I mean, it's so blatant, even if you didn't know at the time, okay? Even if you never went online, stuff like that. I mean, it does look like just a person cosplaying or just playing Tali. You know what I mean? And I guess, is there anything wrong with that? Well, not necessarily, not actually the cosplay part of it, but using it as who she actually is. And I believe one of the things was they had to remove fingers from the picture too, because I think there was more than 3 fingers originally shown. I mean, again, like, it looks nice. The hair, that one's an interesting thing, because one of the weaknesses I would say with the newer version, okay, and this is again in that argument of, well, I want more, and that's you know, Anakin said that, and look at what happened to him. The face is great. It's what you could picture them looking like. I think there's been a lot, and by the way, I know there was a lot of concept art, even back in the day, even back Mass Effect 1 and 2, there was concept art of what this species looked like. So you very easily could have kind of in your mind with those concept arts figured out, or again, kind of create a version of Tali in your own head. I would just say the weakness is not seeing anything else. I get it in the context of what, I mean, firstly, I don't even know how a picture was taken in the way that it does, in the way that it was. Obviously, it was on Rannoch, and hopefully I'm saying it right because I'm pretty sure Shepard says it differently from Tali, but, the planet that she's going to be, that they're all going to be inhabiting, right? So, like, it's obviously taken there, and I think, and this is what people said back in the day, too, like, one cool thing about the original picture is although it's photoshopped and it's just a person, it is the full body. You get to see the hair, you get to see the skin, like the person's body underneath the suit, and you can tell more specifically where the picture was taken. You know what I mean? Whereas for the new one, yes, it looks very nice. It looked like she walked into some sort of I don't know, you go to high school and you get like your class picture. It was like that, right? And again, honestly, fine. And again, is it asking for too much? Could I see the top of her head? Could I see her body, or at least part of her body, underneath the suit, right? That would just be, to me, what I'd be asking for. But overall, I think it is much improved. Honestly, and I mean, I've said it before, I'm a Mass Effect fan. I've loved the series since I've played them. However, I was a late bloomer, and I came in, I played 2 and 3 after 3 had come out. I waited like 12 months after 3 released, and I played 2 and 3. I didn't know, and I mean, now I kind of have, but I didn't know anything about any of these races, any of these species, any of these people. So seeing, and even right now, like, I've forgotten a lot of what I learned about the franchise and the species back then. So looking at Legendary Edition now, when I looked it up, and it was like, I'm just, it's made a big deal of that they changed the face in general, and looking it up and being like, I never looked at what the concept art was. Maybe I've seen it accidentally right here or there. Maybe it's been posted on Twitter or something, where maybe I did have kind of a preconceived idea of what she looked like. But to be honest with you, anytime I was engaging with her and I romanced her in the games, anytime I did that, I never once envisioned that face, like I was talking to that face. I envisioned just talking to Tali, right? So seeing the face, it is kind of what I would expect from it. I think, honestly, they did a really good job, and it looks much like what a Quarian would look like, what I would imagine Tali would. And again, she's young. She's 25 at the age of Mass Effect 3, right? So she's supposed to look younger. Obviously, I don't think they're going to make her like some hideous, disgusting creature, which you could say, maybe that's fine, and maybe, it doesn't matter. And that's the point, though, right? It doesn't matter if that's what she looked like, and I would agree with that. But again, I think she turned out kind of how I would want it and how I would have expected it to happen, okay? So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what'd you think? Is this the first time you've ever seen Tali's face? Do you like the change? Do you not like the change? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when I post all these videos. I'm on a Mass Effect kick. I'm going to be doing more videos on Mass Effect very, very soon and be covering, the upcoming game and all that stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.